the pressure of gas, steam, or liquid and convert the value into an electrical signal to send it to a PLC controller. Here are a couple of examples of pressure sensors. Usually, they are called pressure transmitters because they have transmitter attached to them. In general, the sensor consists of a sensing area and a transmitter part. The sensing area measures the pressure force applied to it. The force deflects an internal diaphragm inside the sensing area. The deflection is measured and converted into an electrical output by the transmitter. The conversion of the deflection into electrical signals is based on one of the following principles: a change in resistance, capacitance, or piezoelectric. Each is used for certain application. The sensing principle is usually mentioned in the datasheet. The output of pressure transmitter is either in volts or currents, connected to an analog input module of the PLC. Voltage is usually between 1 to 5 volts. Current is usually between 4 to 20 milliamps. The values, volts and currents, represent 0 to 100% of the sensor pressure range. For example, a sensor is designed to give an output of 4 milliamps when it has a zero pressure and 20 milliamps when it has reached the maximum. The same applies for a voltage output. Pressure transmitters usually come with a display unit to show the process pressure when used in the field. The handout of this video is a refresher in understanding pressure definition and absolute pressure and gauge pressure measurements if needed. Temperature sensors are used for measuring temperature and converting data into currents or voltages to be transferred to PLC. They are considered analog devices that produce readings like millivolts or resistant values. Here are examples of industrial temperature sensors provided by Siemens, Omron, and Honeywell. The main two types of industrial temperature sensors are thermocouples and resistance temperature detectors, or RTDs. RTDs and thermocouples come in different shapes and models. You can see here a list of models by Omron. In general, both types, as you can see, have similar shapes. Thermocouples are usually a little bit thinner and have two wires, but they are different devices and work using different operation principles. Here are a few examples of using industrial temperature sensors in industrial processes. Are common devices used specifically in fluid and chemical control systems. There are different types of level sensors, usually referred to as level transmitter. Level sensors are used to determine the level of liquid or granule materials inside a tank or container, then transfer status or data to a PLC. The output of level sensors are digital or analog values between 4 to 20 milliamps connected to an input module. This represents 0 to 100% of the level measured. One of the categories for level sensors is contact and non-contact. The difference is whether or not the sensor reaches the material. Examples of contact level sensors: float and capacitive level sensors. Examples of non-contact level sensors: ultrasonic and radar level sensors. Here you see a demonstration of the different types of level measurement, contact and non-contact.
Each type works according to a different operation principle and used for different applications. Depending on the manufacturer, level sensors are classified accordingly, as you can see here from Endress-Hauser. Level sensors are used in many industrial applications, like food and beverage, pharmaceutical and medicine, energy, and chemical processes.